听众、各位朋友讲房。
Zhengzhou Metro and Beijing-Guangzhou Tunnel flooded again. A life-or-death moment. Gansu suffers a devastating mudslide, razing villages to the ground. See, it's the Jingguang Road Tunnel again. It's almost suffocating. Hey guys, I climbed out of the window. There's water all around the car. It stinks. Wow. Surely many people still remember the tunnel flooding incident in Zhengzhou, China, in Deyang. A tragedy related to historic floods. Record heavy rains caused severe flooding, especially in urban areas, flooding a tunnel in Zhengzhou so deeply that many vehicles and people were trapped inside, causing thousands of injuries in this event. And now, in August 2025, another similar incident is repeating itself. Zhengzhou Metro and Beijing-Guangzhou Tunnel are flooded again. Recently, heavy rain and flooding have hit many parts of China. According to CCTV, the CCP mouthpiece, from August 9th to 10th, heavy rain fell in the western Sichuan Basin and other areas, with some areas experiencing torrential or heavy rain. Parts of Deyang experienced particularly heavy rain, causing waterlogging in many parts of Sichuan and disrupting traffic. Hey guys, we're so lucky we didn't park here last night. We were incredibly lucky. Look guys, the water's so high. Be careful when you go out. Be careful, it's so high. The water's so high. Wow, look, it's scary. Morning lightning and thunder jolted many residents awake. Heavy rain caused waterlogging on some low-lying roads during the morning rush hour, disrupting commutes. The sudden downpour also caused economic losses for businesses. Oh my goodness, everyone, please look at this. I've suffered significant losses. Please help me. Is my factory safe? Oh my goodness. Bodhisattva, please look, everyone, please help me. Is my factory safe? On August 7th, 2025, Zhengzhou, the capital of Henan province, was devastated by sudden heavy rains, leaving the entire city submerged. Look, the trams are soaked in water. It's raining heavily in the western suburbs of Zhengzhou. Look at the entrance to my dental clinic. Look at Huaihe Road. It's become a river. Cars are driving very slowly, like boats rushing by. Look at the swift current. The buses have stopped, and no one dares to run. The current is so strong it's very similar to the flow rate during the July 20th rain 4 years ago. The man mentioned the horrifying flood that struck Zhengzhou residents 4 years ago. Torrential rain and floodwaters completely submerged the Zhengzhou Jingguang Tunnel, trapping many vehicles and people inside and killing them. Zhengzhou Metro Line 5 was also severely flooded, killing many people in the carriages. Recently, a video surfaced showing the Zhengzhou Jingguang Tunnel apparently flooded again. X-platform user Overseas Breaking News posted, Zhengzhou Jingguang Road Tunnel is flooded. Drivers are horrified. Around 1:00 p.m. on August 7th, heavy rainfall in Zhengzhou caused flooding in the Jingguang Road Tunnel in Erqi district, causing numerous vehicles to break down and stall. Drivers were terrified, fearing a repeat of the July 20th, 2021 tragedy. Some climbed ladders to escape from the tunnel's upper reaches. It's so scary. I'm so scared. Can I get up? Oh, I'm so scared. It feels like being on a boat. I'm so scared. Move forward. Move forward. Please, car, give me some strength. I'm so scared. I finally made it out. I'm so scared. Not only did the flooding in the Jingguang Tunnel terrify drivers, but even the flooding of Zhengzhou subway stations frightened passengers, as the natural and man-made disaster of July 20th, 2021 was still fresh in everyone's memory. One netizen commented, I thought Zhengzhou would improve its drainage system after the July 20th, 2021 incident, but 4 years later, the government still hasn't done anything. The Zhengzhou government claimed to have invested 10 billion yuan to upgrade the water supply and drainage system, but heavy rains still flooded the city. The netizens sarcastically commented, you see, Zhengzhou doesn't flood unless it rains normally, but after this downpour, I wonder how many high-quality used cars will be flooded. A Zhengzhou resident filmed the road from a high-rise building and said, The area below Zhengzhou in the Zhengzhou high-tech zone has become a river, and many cars have already been flooded here. The entire road is now flooded, and the water is so deep that cars should avoid passing through here if possible. Buses are already flooded deeply, and the entire road is like this. On August 7th, the Zhengzhou Meteorological Observatory issued a red alert for heavy rain. Effective at 1 p.m. that day, the city's flood emergency response was raised to level 3. The Zhengzhou Flood Control and Drought Relief Headquarters issued an emergency notice, demanding the immediate suspension of production, business, classes, and transportation throughout the city. A video of Zhengzhou being hit by heavy rain and severe flooding has gone viral online, leaving some netizens wondering why does Zhengzhou always get flooded at this time? This may be due to the fact that the flooding in Zhengzhou on July 20th, 2021 left a lasting impression and exposed the Zhengzhou municipal government's inadequate disaster relief efforts. Gansu province recently suffered severe torrential rain and flooding, leaving thousands trapped. In Yuzhong County, Lanzhou, the torrential rain affected several townships, severely damaging roads, power, and communications infrastructure. Some villages were practically razed to the ground. Up there, everything is gone, even people and houses. Who are those two people standing over there? I don't know. Look, it's like this. Look, it's still raining and it's getting heavier. Netizen Food Punchwine posted a surveillance video on social media showing the moment the flood suddenly struck Yuzhong County in the early morning of the 8th. Within 2 minutes, the water rushed onto the road, sweeping away all the cars parked near the river. The scene was quite terrifying. One netizen said the video was shot in Nanhe Park in Yuzhong County. Local residents in Yuzhong County exclaimed, "I'm over 60, and this is the first time I've seen such heavy rain." Zhang Kehui, a villager from Bayawan Village, Maliantan Village, Yuzhong County, told the mainland media outlet China Youth Daily that late on the night of August 7th, his village suddenly lost power and heard a loud noise from the mountains. Early in the morning of the 8th, Zhang Kehui climbed over the mountain and was surprised to find that the mudslide had almost completely destroyed Xinyaoan Village and Maliantan Village. The land was completely flattened, with floodwaters and boulders strewn everywhere. Survivors from Xinyaoan Village also testified that after escaping their homes in the dark, they desperately ran higher up the mountain. Some people hid in trees and cried for help, but were tragically swept away by the flood. Other survivors said that the night before, they had only heard the sounds of trees snapping and rocks colliding with each other. Reports indicate that Xinyaoan Village, separated from Zhang Kehui's Maliantan Village and Bayawan Village by a mountain range, was virtually flattened by the mudslide. Many houses along the riverbank disappeared, and hundreds of acres of fertile farmland were destroyed, leaving only floodwaters, rocks, and boulders as large as cars. On August 9th, the Gansu Provincial Flood Control and Drought Relief Headquarters Office stated that as of 6:30 p.m. on the 9th, flash floods in Yuzhong County had resulted in 15 injuries, 15 deaths, and 28 missing persons. The government had urgently relocated 9,828 people, bringing the total number of affected individuals to over 30,000. Given the tendency of CCP officials across the country to only report good news and not bad news, the authenticity of this figure is questionable. However, the disaster was indeed severe. On August 8th, Mr. Chen, a resident of Yuzhong, Lanzhou, told overseas Chinese media, "Officials say over 30 people are missing, but I estimate it's probably more than that. It's unknown how many people were buried by the mudslide. Most of the damage was to roads and houses along the river. The only serious damage was to Maliantan, which is at the foot of the mountain. It seems even those who experienced it don't believe the official CCP narrative. This summer's weather was highly unusual. First, rare high temperatures hit many areas, followed by torrential rain, floods, and typhoons. While people were suffering, local CCP governments secretly released floodwaters while simultaneously working with the party media to stage a show of disaster relief and care for the people. But the people were no longer easy to fool. Even those who were lucky enough to escape the floods were still exhausted from not being able to eat or rest properly. The victims knew best how effective the government's assistance was. The summer of 2025 brought unprecedented flooding across China, affecting multiple provinces from north to south. Torrential rains struck regions including Henan, Sichuan, and Gansu, submerging cities like Zhengzhou and triggering deadly mudslides in Yuzhong County. Urban infrastructure collapsed under the strain, with major tunnels, subway lines, and highways inundated, leaving thousands stranded. Official figures reported thousands dead and missing, though many locals questioned the accuracy of these numbers. Villages in Gansu were flattened, farmland destroyed, and millions were urgently relocated. The floods, compounded by typhoons and heat waves, revealed severe weaknesses in China's disaster prevention systems. Public frustration grew as local governments were accused of inadequate drainage improvements and staging superficial disaster relief efforts.